welcoming everybody to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start this show by being transparent. And no show yesterday. There was no games. Last week was pretty good. I think I had 4 out of 5 days were profitable. I didn't bet all 7 days, but 4 out of 5 days were profitable. So I'll take that every week. Veno, it's nice to be back here talking the games with you. Has the W continued to treat you well? And how are you doing today?
I am doing good today, Skee, but last week was probably the worst week I had in the WNBA. I have to say, the profit went backward, and a couple of them hurt a lot. I don't know if the folks watching can think back to Saturday when Dallas played the Sparks. I had a big play on over 168.5. The game fell 168, which is just a crusher when you lose big plays by half a point. And it started a little bit of a downfall. We are still good for the first half of the year, plus 15 units, so we're happy with that. But it has eroded just a little bit heading toward the break, as a couple of the bigger plays that I have just haven't gone my way in the last 7-8 days.
Well, it's a tough, the week before All-Star, Olympic break, all that stuff, it's a little bit tougher to bet. So at least, like you said, you still up plenty of units so far for the first half of the season. And looking at the comment section, we don't have any winners yet, but these are still early comments. So still got a little bit of time here. Light orange. I don't even know if that's a color that we have on the list. I told you Capper I was going to be on time today. He's in the chat 1 minute late saying I said I was going to be on time. You know how it goes, you Capper. Rob Polo minus 5,000. That's a good bet.
That's a winner.
Let's see. Dark gray. Is that dark gray?
There's the winner. Yeah.
And we had a good laugh when the show started because I know what this shirt color looks like. And we've had a discussion about it before, but we came to the conclusion it is dark gray. So Niche, shout out to you. You are the winner for today. So hit me up on Discord is probably the easiest way. I know you're a member. Hit me up on Discord and just let me know what's the best way for you to get paid so we can, you get some free lunch today or whatever you want to spend it on. So congrats to Niche. I appreciate everybody for guessing. UCapper, he says he took Mystics first half earlier. His only other play is the $2 Tuesday play. Lean Storm team total over and Liberty team total under. Hey, so make sure you guys go check my boy UCapper out. He's been hot, and he had a winner earlier, and he has another big play up for later on today. And you can get it for $2, man. $2. It's nothing. $2. Shout out to you, Capper. All right, I think we can get to it now. Casey reminding everybody to hit the like button. Yeah, they were. I saw some comments after because I guess I was a little bit meaner. I don't know. Were you here on Friday, Veno?
I can't even remember now, Skee. Honest to God, I cannot remember.
I feel like you were here with me, and I feel like I was gonna give away some memberships, and I looked at how many likes there were. Whatever day it was, I think you were there. And I was like, oh, no, hell no. So everybody's reminding everybody to hit the like button. I appreciate you guys.
We're toughening up around here.
Yeah, we got to be hard asses.
40.
Mark A in the building. All right, let's get to it. Niche says, where's the list? I just said something random. It's a list posted. It's been posted in Discord, and it's been posted in the member section on YouTube. So maybe I'll need to post it again so it could be at the top, but there is a list. I guess you had a lucky guess, though. And Boofer says, dark gray is in the spreadsheet. And we expected this right here, Veno.
Yeah, I know. She's checking my laundry over here.
All right, let's get to it. 3 games up. First game up, we got 623, 624, Seattle Storm, Los Angeles Sparks. Opened up Storm -9. C9s, C9.5s out there. Total open 160.5. It looks like 162. I don't see anybody on the injury report for the Storm. Skylar did get banged up a little bit last game, but she looks like she's good to go for this game today. For the Sparks, Man, I wonder when Lexi's coming back. Hopefully she can come back after the Olympic break, but same usual suspects for Sparks should be out there today. And Veno, I was pretty interested in this game. Um, it feels like I can't remember the last time that we saw Seattle on the road. They had what, eight, seven, eight, nine. I don't know how many home games in a row. I think every game so far this month has been at home. So to see them have to go back on the road, knowing it's their last game before the break, I'm just I'm thinking about how much they're going to get up for this spot. They're also at the rest disadvantage. Los Angeles coming off of a good game. I feel like they've been, starting to try to trend in the right direction. The healthier they've gotten, I like Azare Stevens out there, allowing Hamby to be back at the forward position. Kia Jackson's looking good. I think the Sparks can stay within the 9.5. They've been good as a double-digit underdog all season. I know it's not quite double digits, but I think it's enough. So Sparks plus the points is the direction I'm looking for this game. How do you feel about Storm and Sparks?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Skee. Now, it wasn't enough to get me there, but I thought it was a high price because every time we talk about Seattle winning by margin, it's winning by margin at home, which they did again in their last game against Atlanta. But when they go on the road, it is a little different. Just to your point that you started here with, it was 9 consecutive home games played by the Storm, dating all the way back to June 23rd. Since they've been on the road. So that is a bunch. Watching the game Saturday against Dallas, you heard a little bit of LA Sparks player commentary talking about how they're working on the defensive end, trying to become a better defensive team. That I kept in the back of my mind because they did hold Dallas. That's a potent offensive team to less points than I thought. The other day when I made that play, if you'd have told me the Sparks were going to get 87 against Dallas, I'd have probably even gone heavier on that bet over 168.5, but they did hold Dallas to 81, which is a pretty good sign. Seattle does have a tendency to not shoot well from beyond the arc, and they're not necessarily the biggest team in the world inside with Magba 4 only. And that kind of helps the Sparks here too, even though they've lost Cameron Brink for a while now. So I think they can match up inside. I think they're playing with a bit of renewed confidence, so to speak. LA, even though it's not showing up in the win column, I do think that they're more competitive at this point in time. And it's not a team that's folding up shop before the break. So I would think if I had to make a play here, it would be Sparks. I was surprised, Skee, that this game got bet up as far as total is concerned. I'm not so sure I agree with that. It is kind of a low number, but I'm still not sure I agree with that. But sidewise, I think I like the Sparks.
Okay. And UCapper says Azare Stevens been making some impact on both sides of the court. I agree. I've been waiting for her to come back, and always going to be a positive for whoever she's out there on the court for. What you said about the total, I think it was because we were unsure if Skylar Diggins-Smith was going to play at first, and then she was taken off of the injury report, and then the total started to go up. So I think that's why. To answer the question why the line went up. Not saying I agree with it. Just saying I can understand why it went that direction. Justin also likes the Sparks +9. Love to see that on the same side. UCapper says he leans the team total over just because Storm pace of play, points off turnovers, and mid-range game. So it sounded like that's the same direction you're looking, right, Rob?
I don't know that I would look that way, Skee. Like I say, Seattle, they're still the worst three-point shooting team in the league. And you got to have some makes. And even though they won the other day, scoring 81 against Atlanta, when you go up and down that box score, they didn't shoot well. This is a team that, because of pace of play, like Ronald just mentioned, they get a lot of opportunities. And they make free throws. Boy, they get to the line and they make free throws. But if Los Angeles, when they're able to be competitive inside, which I think they are here, like I say, Izzy Magba really the only big threat for Seattle. She's often overmatched by bigger teams. LA doesn't fit into the mold of bigger team, but at least it's competitive in there with Hambry and Jackson and Stevens. I think that LA can match up here. So I think I'm more interested in side than I am total.
Fair enough. All right, let's Yeah. I got you on that. Let's get to the next game. 625, 626, Connecticut and New York. opened up Liberty -5.5 down to 3.5, and the total. I see a few numbers out there. It opened 153.5. I see a 155. I see 154. So always make sure you line shop. As far as the injury report, you have to look at the Liberty side for this game. Stewie, still game time decision. Thornton, game time decision. And Benijah Laney, she looks like she's going to be out. So Liberty, really shorthanded. They have had success versus team. I think they've beaten them. I don't know how many, like the last 5 or 6 times that they played them. But, at some point, pride is going to kick in for the other team. And with New York looking like they could really be shorthanded today, I would be looking more towards Connecticut plus the points, or Connecticut even on the money line. Agreeing with the market, bringing it down. Is that how you're looking at this one, Rob?
New York's beaten them twice now this year, and both times they were shorthanded. And just going over my notes here, the second time around, which was recent, Lainey Hamilton didn't play in that game either, but it's different if you don't have Breanna Stewart. And I know that New York came up big without her the other day, but I'm kind of with you here that in watching Connecticut's dismantling of Phoenix the other day, and for Connecticut, a team that doesn't shoot well, they're not going to get 8 threes out of Rachel Banham every game. But at least they didn't seem to have anybody that was making them early on. And maybe they found a little bit of offense now, enough to get over the hump here. I don't think New York has enough to get past Connecticut in this game, tell you the truth. And there's just something in handicapping that we tend to call feel. And in watching Connecticut the other day, I just get the feeling that they're ready to close this thing out strong with a big game here. So New York's defense and their overall team production, even though they're the number one team standings-wise, Skee, in the WNBA, they have a tendency to float in and out. And if threes aren't going for Sabrina and company here, I'm not so sure. Lainey Hamilton's somebody they count down a lot. If like Sabrina's cold, Lainey Hamilton usually makes big shots for them. So I don't know. I think the injuries might be a little too much. I'm a little scared because the matchup, as you mentioned, has gone to New York so often, even banged up. It's gone to New York twice this year. But I think Connecticut's probably in better shape here. I don't like their free throw shooting. It's never good, but hopefully it'll be good enough tonight. I think Connecticut's probably the right side.
So we're in agreement on that. And some people in the chat, few people also liking that Liberty team total under. I mean, that seems good to me. If I like the Sun, it's mostly because, I think they'll play really good defense. 78.5. UCapper said that Sun have held their opponents under that total in 6 straight. Can I interest you in that? Liberty team total under 78.5.
I'm just counting here, Skee. If you go back even further, it's 11 out of 14, 13 out of 17. I mean, they just don't give up that amount of points to anybody. And with a shorthanded bunch, and especially the scoring that's missing for New York, I think that could be a very good look under 78.5. Connecticut just doesn't allow it. And they play at the pace. We all know that they play at the pace that, affords you less opportunities, less scoring chances. And New York's not necessarily a fast-paced team. They're a 3-point shooting dominant team. They'll trade threes for twos. That's their theory. But they don't go fast enough to create enough opportunities here. I just want to check real quick. The first 2 games they played were 139, and with New York scoring 71. And the other one was 157 with New York scoring 82. So they did get there one time, didn't get there the other. The one time they got there, Courtney Vandersloot was out. But I don't know if they get there here, Skee. That's a lot to be missing with Stewart and Lainey Hamilton.
Yeah, Stewart is not for sure out, but she definitely could be. And, it would be a huge, huge loss. I think I kind of want to be involved with something here. I don't know if it's Sun money line or team total under, which one I think is the best. But, Liberty's defense has been I should probably just look. Let me look on the Money Baller. Shout out to RC's over there in the chat. Yeah, Liberty's defense has been good too last 5 games. They're number 2. So I could absolutely see it being a defensive game, regardless of who outscores who. So I think maybe the Liberty team total under makes more sense. Not saying Sun can't win, but Liberty team total, really, really interested. That's going on my short list, and maybe I'll bet it by the end of the show. Um, Next game up, we have, and I had the wrong banner up at first, so we'll get to this one now. 627, 628. Chicago Sky, Las Vegas Aces opened up Aces minus 14.5. They're now 13-point favorites. Total opened up 169.5. Looks like 173. And injury report, nobody on there for the Aces. Same usual suspects we haven't seen in a while for Chicago. So, when maybe I'll pass this one to you first, Rob, but I'll just say I want to try to find reasons to back the Sky. Do you agree with that?
With the Aces, it all depends on mindset, Skee, and it's so hard for me to figure where their heads are at because they're in different places throughout a 40-minute game. The other day, for example, against the Mystics, right? It looked like they could care less in the first half, and then the second half they came out and blew the Mystics' doors in. But the Mystics are inherently a bad second half team, so maybe we have to take that into effect as well. But if the Aces want to give you 40 minutes, they're going to give you 40 minutes, and I just don't know that Chicago is going to be able to get their points the way they get them, which is offensive rebound, putbacks. It's not shooting the basketball, and God forbid the Aces get hot in this game at any point in time. And Chicago has not been the most lockdown defensive team, and they've played with a little pace, which is to the Liberty's liking. So I want to get there, to tell you the God's honest truth. I want to get there with the Vegas team total over, which they haven't gotten there the last two games, but I don't feel like I've gotten a full 40 minutes out of them the last two games. So hopefully here at home, the last game before the break in front of the home crowd, the Aces come out and play the way they're capable of offensively, because Chicago certainly gives you enough opportunity to score, and they can get over that 9. I think it's 92.5 is what I was looking at earlier. And I still think I might get there with that. I think the Aces probably score a bunch here tonight.
Interesting. I agree with some points you said there as far as like a lot of the second chance points. They'll be a lot harder to come by in this game. I just always think about the Aces as being, it wasn't like this the year before, but this year, for some reason, they've been slow starters and, not really getting there against the spread in the first half. And Sky, whenever I feel like they've been catching points, have been really good in the first half. It's that second half where they kind of fall apart. So if I'm betting anything for the Sky here, I think it's the first half +7. I just didn't quite get there yet. Take a look at the chat. I kind of was glancing at some stuff. What up, Smeezy? Luis Martinez likes both the first half and the full game. Delroy likes Sky first quarter. Mark A likes Sky full game. Everybody likes the Sky. Delroy says
point,
it's just like the
Skee,
Mystics. Great first half, then fold. What's that, Rob?
Real quick here, I just want to give you to your point to enhance what you were saying about Sky first half. 4-0 against the spread, last 4 first half on the road. 4-1-1 first half overall, last 6 games. So they've been good first half, whether it be on the road or whether it be recent history overall. As far as 4-6 games go, they've been covering numbers first half.
Casey says, I'm a back Carter today after getting benched last game, too. Kennedy Carter says Kelsey Plum can't guard her. I would agree with that. That Sky first half is really, really appealing. What is the best number we get? I saw 7 earlier, I think. Oh, no, must have saw 7.5 because I see 7.5 and I see 8 both available. 8 points in that first half. They've been tough. I think I'll think about that one a little bit longer. That one isn't until 10 p.m. on the East Coast, so we can think about that. I'll send it out to my members, and I think I will get there with that one today. But just to be sure, I'll send it out to my members if I do. All right, it is about that time, Mr. Veno, where we move it on over to best bets. And before we give that out, if there's anything you would like to promote, I think I saw something that said. Well, first off, I have a question for you. My bad. Before we get to this, are you going to be doing any MLB in the near future?
Yeah, I think I'm going to start probably next week, Skee. Let this All-Star break ride through. I'll pay attention over the weekend and probably start a little bit Monday. I'm already into college football for those watching who are ready for football season to start. I've got a couple of season over-under win totals that I'm about to release. So little college football, little MLB. I think we've taken a long enough hiatus from baseball. Maybe we can get involved now.
Yeah, I'll be jumping back into. I know they start back up on Friday. I'll see if there's anything I like, but I'll be back into baseball for this second half of the season as well. Now we can move over to best bets. I know the first half has been profitable in the WNBA for you. If there's anything you would like to shout out that we haven't mentioned, promo wise, and also if you like anything for our best bet for the show, feel free to share.
Well, let's just real quick promo-wise, the first half of the WNBA season has been very good, plus 15 units. As I mentioned, last week was the downslide. I mean, I was close to 30 units at one point, and now we've gotten to 15. So it's always nice to have a big pile stashed up if, in fact, you do run into a little bit of a bumpy road here, which we have. But I think that for tonight's game, Skee, I would lean toward the Las Vegas team total that I talked about. I'm probably going to get there with that. I will caution everybody by saying I have not yet, but I'm pretty sure I will play this thing over 92.5. Las Vegas at home, higher scoring team. We'll see if they want to play 40 minutes, but I feel like they will. I saw a comment there in the chat, which I can, debate in these games is always good. It's what the bookmakers love. There was a comment that said Aces All-Stars packing their bags already. Maybe so. I don't think I look at it that way. I think in front of the home crowd, they will show up tonight. So give me Las Vegas Aces as the best bet for this show. Team total up and over. I think it was 92.5. I got to look again, Skee, real quick.
For the Aces, I see a 93.5 currently.
Yeah, it is. It's gone up. You're absolutely right. So we got to get to 94 here. The way I've been getting stuck by half points, I'm going to caution everybody. There was a time when I would guarantee go ahead and tail, but I'm a little bit cautious here because it's been the half-point monster has hit me a couple of times here, but I still think the Aces will get there.
Hank says, stand up straight, Rob.
Yeah, I'm leaning, Hank. I'm leaning terribly. Sorry about that.
I'm going to give Casey's asking, are them likes up? Yeah, they on it today, Rob. They're trying to get the free membership today. I saw 70 range. I feel like, I don't know, Rob. I feel like it should be 100, really. So I'll give you guys a little bit more time. Mm-hmm. Because I don't like to give bets that I haven't locked in while I lock in this bet. So bear with me for 1 second. I've been looking for it this whole time. I'm still out of town using apps that I'm not familiar with. And there we go. So minus 115 is what I get right here. And we'll do like this. And it is placed. So, Justin says, Hundo likes Mando, man. Like, come on. What are we doing? So for my best bet, I will go with, I like how we talked it out. I'll go Liberty team total under 78.5. Sun just don't give up 80 points, really. That's just what it boils down to. And Liberty really could be, they're shorthanded already. They could be really shorthanded if they're without Stewie. And like I said, pride on the line. If Connecticut doesn't do anything, they're going to play defense. So Liberty team total under 78.5 is going to be my best bet for the show. Pablo and Vegas, I use a little bit of everything, but probably mostly Westgate, Circa. I like to do live betting on Caesars. That's about it. I don't really do full game betting on Caesars, but that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and check, Rob. I'm going to see if I can do some giving away here. Okay. But is there anything else you wanted to see or wanted to say?
No, we can I will say we can come back tomorrow because after tomorrow, it's going to be a long hiatus for the WNBA. And I think, Skee, I don't know where you stand on the Olympic basketball stuff, but maybe I've started to follow these matches heading into the Olympics. So perhaps we can come on and have a little bit of Olympic basketball while the WNBA is dry, and at least make a show or two a week with some of these Olympic numbers.
We could talk about it, Rob, for sure. But I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know how much of it I'm gonna be betting. Like I might live bet. That's the kind of thing I gotta see, like what it looks like, like live betting type for me for Olympics. I just I don't know. For some reason, I hardly trust it. But we can definitely talk about it. And
We don't want to bet that untrustable stuff.
we could definitely come back tomorrow. And like you said, MLB will both be into that. So we can come talk that as well. It looks like the people are trying. They're trying. I'm trying to give them time. Boofer says 99, and it was just at 72. So I do appreciate that effort. I think that's an A+ for effort. So let's see what we can do here. Bear with me. Let's see. There we go. All right, I'm gonna get 5 memberships right now. Let's see who is gonna get them. My bad for holding you up, Rob. 5 free memberships. Nathan K, ZB Miami, KC, Nets Bets, Jason Davis are the 5 people who are the lucky ones to be gifted a membership today. So I don't get to choose. Don't get mad at me. All I do is click, put it in the gift of membership. So appreciate all you guys out there. Thank you guys for hitting the like button on the show. A lot of great cappers, a lot of great people. Always enjoy doing the show with you guys. Always enjoy doing the show with you, Rob. So we'll be back again tomorrow. Best of luck on all your action. Peace. It said it's rigged.